800 DirecTV. Back to this Fox News alert. Again, we have learned FBI Director James Comey will address reporters today at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, about 2 hours from now. I want to bring in Kirsten Powers, columnist for USA Today, Rich Lowry, editor for National Review, and both are Fox News contributors. Anybody's guess, Rich? What do you think? Is today the day we find out or not?
Well, it would be bizarre timing if he's holding a press conference about criminal justice reform or something, because even if he wants to talk about some other topic, all reporters are going to talk about is this. So obviously we need to wait and see and learn more, but the timing is very suggestive.
Kirsten, you want to guess?
Yeah, no, I don't want to guess, but yeah, I think everyone's waiting for this. He knows everybody's waiting for this. If you're coming out to talk to reporters, this is the only thing that they want to talk about. So it would suggest that he has something to say, whether it's an actual, if he's going to give us news on whether or not there's going to be an indictment or not, or maybe it's just to address the plans on it. It would seem likely that he's going to address the issue in some way.
So she was interviewed on Saturday, 3.5 hours. She talked to MSNBC afterwards and said this.
I was pleased to have a chance to sit down and answer their questions today to try to help bring this review to a conclusion. I'm not going to comment any further on the review, but I've been answering questions now for over a year.
No, you haven't. You haven't had a press conference since December of last year. 7 months ago.
On from there. Here is what is intriguing to both of you. 8 days ago, Bill Clinton climbs on board her plane in Phoenix, Arizona. And based on everything we know, we would have not known about that meeting had not a local airport worker tipped off a local reporter in Phoenix, right? And then you've got Hillary Clinton being interviewed on Saturday, and today she and Barack Obama climb on board Air Force One. It's like all the planets are lining up. And a little-known reported story from 2 weeks ago, Rich, is that Barack Obama gave Hillary Clinton access to his donor list.
Yeah.
His voter list. And that's something the Clintons have been trying to get hold of for a long time. And that's kind of like the Democratic Holy Grail right now in these campaigns.
Well, the Clinton campaign clearly has tried to handle this in the best PR manner possible. They do the interview on a holiday weekend. She does one interview afterwards for 5 minutes. They're trying to control and minimize the story. But any attempt to do that was really blown up by the Bill Clinton meeting with Loretta Lynch, which you're right, there's a certain cognizance of guilt there if you don't want anyone to know about the supposedly purely social meeting. So whatever the FBI decides here, I think they have lost the public perception battle, and a lot of people are going to think the process was, as Donald Trump loves to say, rigged.
Here's what do you think about that?
Well, I've been one of these skeptics from the very beginning that there was ever going to be an indictment, and so I'm not sure that it's necessary for Bill Clinton to meet with Loretta Lynch to impart any kind of message. I think Loretta Lynch probably already knows what the Clintons think about this. It certainly was a bad idea to have the meeting. She said it was a bad idea. Certainly to have a secret meeting makes it even worse. But I think I will be surprised if she's indicted, because I guess I do think the system is rigged, and I don't think that I do think that even if, the other question is, the other issue I will say is someone has to prove that she knowingly broke the law, and so I think that they can probably get around that by saying that she didn't know at the time that this information was classified, and maybe she should have, but if she can prove that she did, then she didn't knowingly break the law.
You believe the system is rigged?
Yeah, I think that it's just hard for me to imagine the Obama administration indicting a Democratic nominee, basically, presumptive nominee, in the middle of an election year. I think and I would say pretty much any administration probably isn't going to indict somebody in the middle of an election year, but it's just very difficult to see how they don't try to figure out a way to not indict her.
Well, it was reported also that, I guess, Huma Abedin said that there was a burn bag for the schedule for the State Department. I mean, everybody's got a burn bag in their office, don't they, Rich? I mean, just want to put it up in flames.
As long as they're just burning excess schedules, there's nothing wrong with that. But look, the key tell here is that Hillary agreed to this 3.5-hour interrogation by the FBI, which no competent defense lawyer would allow her to do unless he believed the FBI wasn't going to recommend charges. And the Clinton meeting is great kind of symbolism. It puts a symbolic exclamation point on Loretta Lynch's conflict. But that's not the real conflict. The conflict is she works for a president who desperately wants Hillary Clinton to be the next president of the United States. And then the New York Times, in a story over the weekend, floated how the Clintons are talking about keeping her on, Loretta Lynch, as the next attorney general. So she's got a conflict both coming and going.
Kirsten, quickly, then we've got to run. Go.
Well, I just want to say on this burn bag issue, I think we need more information. There's just been very little reporting on it. And if they were, in fact, just occasionally burning a schedule if they were traveling or something like that, there's nothing out of the ordinary about that. The issue would be is if they don't archive the schedule and are burning it. That would be a very, very serious issue, but we need more information.
Kirsten, thank you. Rich, thanks to you as well. 1 hour and 40 minutes away, FBI director will be in D.C. Thanks to both of you. 21 past. Molly?
An American college student found dead while traveling in Europe. Now there's a break in the case, plus this. A July 4th celebration does not go as planned.
The fireworks went up, and then the explosion went from one end to the other, and it was just all smoke, but